Hello there, this is Tarot Broad again, bringing you another money reading. And if you like my reading, please hit like and subscribe. I also offer one card tarot card readings with aura healings on Etsy. Look for me at Tarot Broad. I'm not a financial advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only, but we're just going to read the energies of what's going on with your money. So let's begin here. It's a Mermaid Oracle just to get a theme. All right. Let me push this up just to get room. Okay, and then this card says you're being helped. Heaven is working behind the scenes to help you even if you don't see results just yet. So it could just be maybe things are just not going or moving as fast as you would like, and then it's starting to get to where you're just like, oh gosh, I wish it would hurry up, and will it get here, and da-da-da-da. And I totally understand. It's totally understandable. So let's see what's going on here with your money. Using these career and money cards to get a little bit more insight. So we'll pull 4 cards here. You got gears, money flow, hard work, putting plans in motion. So that's what you're doing, right? And this, yeah, let's see here now. Let's see what you can do more of here. Paperwork, contracts, learning as you go. So book. Let's see here. Now, let's get some words of encouragement. Sword, money conflicts, cutting corners, breakthrough. Okay, and then just a little bit of gentle advice. For treasure, worry-free finances, money in reserve, excess. All right, let's move this over here. Everything's all kind of lopsided. Alrighty, so what you're doing right here is gear. So at least you're moving, you're doing stuff. You know, as it says here, money flow, hard work, putting plans in motion. So at least you're active. You know, you're taking action. So you got that going for you right there. Always a smart move. It's never good to stay stagnant. Okay, especially with your money. Okay, now what you can do more of is you got the card of book, you know, which mentions paperwork, contracts, learning as you go on. And what I'm getting here is that maybe it'd be good to consider doing a little more research, reading about some things, you know, that you can find. And there's plenty of free information online, lots of YouTube videos, you know, maybe regarding what it is that the kind of information that you need. You know, so just keep going at it, keep researching, and maybe even ask questions, maybe, you know, seek consult if necessary. And then for words of encouragement here, you got sword. So this is encouraging you to probably cut out the fluff here, cut things out, and that you're actually doing it, going back to what you're doing right here. You're doing You're putting in a lot of action. You know, and then breakthrough with all this is like, it's, you know, you're working towards a breakthrough, and it's, you know, it's coming. Okay, and then for some advice, you got treasure, worry-free finances, money in reserve, excess. So what this card here tells me in the gentle advice is just to maybe save a little money, and what you have a little bit of extra, just sort of, you know, use what you can basically use something that you have that you can, you know, don't spend money that you know you shouldn't, but like if you have a little bit of something, like let's say, you know, there's something that you don't want that you could sell, you know, maybe consider that, you know, I mean, the choice is up to you, but whatever that you have that, you know, you won't miss, you know, use it to your advantage. Because it's what it's telling me is that you have something, things of value that you probably, you know, could stand to like sell or give away or use to gain something out of. Here. Let's get some more information with the tarot. Of what's going on with the situation. So I'll pull a few cards just to kind of tell us a story. You know, of more details of what's happening here with your money. Give us some details. Give us more information. Okay. Okay. Now with the tarot, you got the Devil, the Judgment, the Seven of Swords, and the Two of Wands here. And with the Devil, it's kind of like there's like something that's been messing with your finance, or something that you've been doing, perhaps maybe overspending, too much impulse spending, maybe things that you probably, you know, something that's holding you, you know, like enslaved you. Maybe you got a lot of debt, you know, it could be a lot of debt that you accrued. That's, you know, that has you maybe under a lot of stress or something. Now with the Judgment card here, it's basically saying that going back to this, it's like, okay, so you put yourself in this situation, and this is the consequences of where you're at. So you need, you know, once again, that you need to take action. It's saying, but you are, as the other card over here with the gears. So you're doing the right thing. You know, Judgment is here based on this. Now, the Seventh of Swords is also saying that at the same time, perhaps there's been something. This could be someone else. This could be a bad habit that's been just kind of sneaking away with what belongs to you. Maybe it's ideas. It could be even just a train of thought, you know. But there's still a little bit being left behind there. Okay, so something's like taking off, you know, and just sneaking away. There's like a sneaky energy here. And then you have the Two of Wands. With the Two of Wands, you have like, it's also like a card of choices, it seems like to me. You got one choice in one hand with the world in the other hand, looking far ahead. So you have you know, you have a future to look forward to. See what else we can clarify. Give some more information, please, with the tarot. You got the Star, the Knight of Cups, the King of Wands. Okay. With the Star card, what I'm seeing is that, you know, despite all this that's going on, you still, you know, now's a good time to, like, basically, yeah, make a wish or something. You know, you can create something, like you have a lot of things at your disposal here. And with the Knight of Cups, it's you kind of like coming in here, you know, youthful energy, kind of like it's telling me to bring forth a little bit more youthful, something kind of youthful, but something more like assertive. Just seems there's like an assertiveness to the Knight of Cups here. And then there's like emotion. Just hold your emotions in your hand and use a little assertiveness in what it is that you're doing. And with the King of Wands, it invites you to use the energy of a king, basically. And just, you know, take a leadership position for yourself here with whatever it is you're passionate about. But yeah, so, I mean, based on the cards here, you kind of put yourself in this situation, really. So you're being judged for it. And yeah, you know, unfortunately, you made some decisions where some things snuck away from you. But you still have all this to look forward to at the same time. Okay, and you do have, like this, like it says here in this card, if you have things to free up that you no longer need, that you can kind of get away with and bring in a little money, like sell, you know, that can actually benefit you later, then you know, by all means do it. But you do have a lot of options, and you can create whatever and be successful towards what you want with these two cards here, because the Star card is saying that you know, you can, whatever it is, you can create whatever you want, you know, provided that you use these two energies here, the energy of the Knight of Cups and the King of Wands. So let's get an affirmation for you. Now, another thing I noticed about this King of Wands energy too is you're gonna take his energy and, you know, basically be a king. So if there are people in your life, you know, that aren't really benefiting you, you might want to take on this role and let them know, you know. And what I mean by that is, you probably know already too, if you're watching this video, you may have people in your life that are just sort of siphoning off of you, like energetically, financially, etc. That it's time to kind of put your foot down here. All right, so here's some affirmations. Let's get some affirmation cards. Okay. Yeah, I knew it. affirmation. You got codependency, eyes, and tape. With the codependency card, it's like I just said here before. You may have some clingy people that might be leeching off you. You know, even in this card, it's needy, rescuer, helper, help fixer. Maybe you're the kind of person that jumps in to help a lot of people, you know, financially. And, you know, now's a good time to sort of reconsider, you know, maybe people that have substance issues, addictions. It could be even you. You know, maybe you're spending too much money at the bar, or partying too much and there goes all your money, you know, or you just spending money, you know, not realizing, going back to the devil here. Or there could be someone in your life that's doing that, or some other thing that's sort of a little too tapped in to your energy here. Okay, also eyes. I mean, this is kind of goofy, not a good card. I mean, come on. All right, so it could also be that there are people watching you as you do this and maybe putting a little judgment on you or whatever, you know, and as you put your foot down too, I mean, don't be surprised if you get slandered. More people are going to be looking at you as you're making these changes, because, you know, some people don't want you to change, especially those that are sort of used to you helping them out. You know, the kind of people that just don't want to like help themselves. So once you put your foot down, they start getting mad, you know, because you set a boundary. But, you know, whatever. They have to, you know, they have their own life to be accountable for. And then tape, you get a very sticky situation. You know, you're cutting things away, you know, going back to these here, you know, you're cutting things away in order to hold things together. So yeah, you're basically, it's saying you're going to need to cut some things out, maybe even people, in order to hold things together for yourself. And it doesn't need to be like awful or terrible, or, you know, especially when it comes to family things. It just means like you're setting boundaries. Like, you know, you can't just, you know, be someone else's bank account here. You know what I mean? Like, some people need to learn the value of $1. They need to learn, you know, a work ethic. They need to learn to stop goofing off. You know what I mean? So that's what these cards are bringing to the table here. And I hope this resonates with you. I hope you enjoy this reading. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. You know, if you need any sort of help, whether it be medical, psychiatric, psychological, financial, legal, etc., please always go to a professional. I'm not a professional. Okay? Empower yourself and make some good decisions here. But this reading is for you, and this information is for you. And if it resonates, great. And if it doesn't, that's okay. Please feel to share this reading with anyone who it might resonate with. And if you like my reading, please like and subscribe. Again, I'm doing 1-card readings with an aura healing on Etsy. I'm Tarot Broad, and thanks for watching.